Whether it's tracks, characters, customization, or unique mechanics, each Mario Kart game has something unique to offer in its gameplay. No two Mario Karts are the exact same. Someone who excels at one game could play terribly at another. Growing up playing almost every Mario Kart game, I got the idea to try to speedrun each one of them. Hi, my name is Johanian, and this is the story of my journey to speedrun every Mario Kart game. I originally had this idea at the start of 2021. I'd already done speedruns of a few Mario Kart games, and was ready to go all out on the others. I decided to start with the ones I was most familiar with, so I began Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 is probably the easiest game in the series to speedrun. It's by far the most accessible game, and is the simplest to control. That being said, I had been speedrunning the game since at least 2016 back on Wii U, so I already knew the speedrun somewhat, especially in 150cc. I had originally wanted to stick with 150cc with items for consistency with the other games. I'll go into why that changed later. Anyway, 2016 was back before I had Discord, so everything I knew for Mario Kart 8 was self-taught. I got back into the game in 2020 or 2021 and learned all the new strats then. My overall experience with the game was fun until my time got so good I could only rely on RNG from items to PB. Getting shell-shocked every other track was incredibly frustrating, but I was too stubborn to play without items because I found it boring! I'm glad I noticed the error of my ways later. Next was Mario Kart 64. The speedrun of the game is separated into two categories. One where you play the tracks normally, and the other where you do unintended shortcuts and glitches to beat the tracks even faster. Running the game with skips saves a lot of time, so in order to go faster, I had to learn some of these strats. There are some easy ones like Frappe Snowland and the old Rainbow Road jump that everyone knows. And there are some harder ones like the clip out of bounds at DK Jungle Parkway and the two jumps in Wario Stadium. There are also some that were way too advanced for my skill level, like the skip in Luigi Raceway and the red shell damage boost in Mario Raceway. At first this run was hard. I struggled with consistently getting skips and would lose a lot of runs to me failing one over and over.
Gosh, I should do a tier list.
Oh no! Where are you going? Eventually though, I got over the hurdle and managed to feel good in 64.
Oh my gosh, holy shit, no! Oh, that counts. That counts.
Next up was Double Dash. Double Dash was the last game I had prior speedrun knowledge in before taking on this challenge, and I've always found the game to be the most consistently fun Mario Kart to speedrun. It feels fast and is satisfying to play well.
Oh my gosh! I've never done that before! Oh! Oh my gosh, I didn't even care that I fell out there. I dodged a blue cell, what the heck?
It may also be due to how this run is structured. With Double Dash speedruns, you play the All Cup Tour, which aside from Luigi Circuit and Rainbow Road being the first and last tracks, the other 14 are randomized, which makes the run more fun in my opinion because you're not doing the same tracks in the same order every time. There weren't any new skips or anything I had to learn, so it's time for me to move on to uncharted territory.
Oh, that really sucks. Wow. Oh, thank God the blue shell went away. No! Where's it going? Ah! 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 I went into the sand, I was like, can I hide from it again?
Because the games I knew best were on consoles, I decided to finish the rest of the console games and then go on to the handhelds. So next I went on to Mario Kart Wii. This game was a childhood favorite of mine. I remember playing 32 tracks with my brother every weekend when we were kids, so I felt like this game would be a cakewalk to learn. I could never have been more wrong. This game was unforgiving.
I love this game.
Ruthless.
Really? Really?
Evil. And worst of all, unbalanced. Yeah, the item balance in this game is insanely bad. I'm talking upwards of 3 blue shells in one race.
Are you kidding me? That's 2 in a row. Dude, that's 3.
I don't know how I enjoyed this, or did even notice it when I was younger. This is the only game I ever rage quit in or out of speedrunning. Despite all this, it wasn't all that bad. The game has a number of skips like 64. I ended up learning the easiest ones, which were Coconut Mall and Grumble Volcano. Because of Coconut Mall, I couldn't turn items off because it required a mushroom to pull off, so I was forced to succumb to the blue shells and lightnings. Or was I? The last console game was Super Mario Kart. From the start, I knew this game would be difficult, yet I still somehow severely underestimated it. I could probably make an entire video going over just how this game's personally out to get you. Peppa Pig. Honk. I could probably make an entire video going over just how this game is personally out to get you whenever you play it. Going from one hard and annoying game to another ended up burning me out pretty badly. I decided to take a bit of a break from learning every Mario Kart for the time being. But not long after...
Paid DLC courses will be coming to the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game. This is the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass.
So yeah, we were getting more Mario Kart content out of nowhere. I'm kinda glad I stopped where I did, otherwise I'd probably be on the last game or two before I speedrun all of them. The only bad news was how they gave us updates to the Booster Course Pass in waves. It'd be 2 years before I'd play every Mario Kart track. In 2022, I continued to play the Mario Kart games I knew, not Wii. I also participated in a few Mario Kart 8 tournaments. It wouldn't be until mid-2023 that I would go back to learning the games. Back where we left off with SMK, I got help from a document made to introduce players to competitive Super Mario Kart to aid me in my learning. Yeah, SMK has a pretty big competitive community. What you're seeing right now is the annual in-person championships, and these players are far better than I'll ever be. Watching them now still wows me. That being said, thanks to the SMK community for being awesome. It's great that they had the info so easily accessible. The game was still hard, but I got better at it. If you don't know, in the first 3 Mario Kart games, if you don't place in the top 4, you rank out and don't advance to the next track. With the CPU as hard as it is, you need to be playing pretty decently. Even worse, in Super Mario Kart and Super Circuit, there was a life system. If you ran out of lives, it was game over, and you had to start from the beginning of the cup. I wasn't quitting the game until I was able to do a run with no lives lost. It took a while, but I eventually got there. The Special Cup especially was difficult. Donut Plains 3 and Rainbow Road will forever haunt my nightmares. We're now finally onto the handheld with Mario Kart Super Circuit. I had no idea what I was getting into with this game. I knew it was a lot like Super Mario Kart, so I thought it'd be unfun and difficult. I couldn't have been more wrong! Honestly, this game is at least a top 3 Mario Kart speedrun. The tricks are fun and incredibly satisfying to pull off. Aside from some weird drifting mechanics, the game didn't feel as unfair as other Mario Karts. I had a lot of fun grinding the Nitro tracks. The retro tracks on the other hand were so boring compared to the Nitro tracks. All the retros being from SMK made it hard to enjoy this half of the run. It honestly just felt so boring to do, so I quickly finished up my learning of Super Circuit. It was around this time that I was invited to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 200cc speedrunning related tournament. Money was on the line here, so I decided to bite the bullet and finally learn 200cc speedruns. I swore up and down to my friends that I would never become a 200cc purist, but I could never go back. It felt so freeing to go this fast. With the effort I put into learning each track, I got second place in the tournament. It felt like my hard work was starting to pay off.
136.25.
There it is.
Okay.
Wait.
What's this?
Wait.
Yeah!
Yes!
Shoutouts to N64 Bowser.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
It was around this time that the Booster Course Pass DLC finished releasing, so I learned the other 48 tracks in 200cc too. Next was Mario Kart DS, and I was a bit concerned about this one. I was a bit stubborn as to not use emulators for the marathon, and my Wii U was a bit broken and would have issues turning on properly. It's been like that for as long as I've had it. So I made the grand decision of buying a Wii U in 2023. I know, I became like the plethora of YouTube videos. Anyway, Mario Kart DS! I've done speedruns of this before. Okay, stop gasping! I know I lied, but me running this was a long time ago, and it was one run. I've hardly touched DS since then, so naturally I had to relearn the basics, right? It's like I never left, baby, let's go! I learned a bunch of new tricks and learned how to better control my kart, and that was pretty much all of Mario Kart DS. Way simpler than Super Mario Kart and lots of drifting like Double Dash. Seriously, your thumb is gonna be crying after this one.
I did it! Oh my gosh, I did it! Oh!
That meant 7 down and only 7 remained. Get it? Mario Kart 7. It was now the end of January and I got a message from my friend Needlemouse saying he was actually going to do the all Mario Kart's all-track speedruns in February. He asked me if I wanted it to be a race. I had a lot to think about here. I would be going into it hardly knowing Mario Kart 7 and a bit rusty on the games I hadn't played in a while like Wii and 64. After some thinking, I decided to bite the bullet and do it. I had a week to get my final preparations in. I crammed studying Mario Kart 7, made sure I had the optimal cart wheel glider combo, and did a run. I ran through each game at least once too.
No!
The day before the run, I prepped myself on the skips for Wii and 64. During this, I took a better look at the leaderboard for Mario Kart Wii. While everything is on the same leaderboard, you can see what item settings people use. As it turns out, strategic items give you more boosting items like mushrooms and less offensive items like shells. Without too much testing, I decided to give it a go for the run. And then, it was finally time. On February 7th, 2024, my speedrun of every Mario Kart finally began. We decided to play in release order for simplicity's sake. Starting with Super Mario Kart, I made yet another bold decision to switch to Koopa in the run over Bowser. While the heavy characters are the fastest, the lightweight characters are considered the easiest to learn. I did find Koopa a little easier to control, so to play it safe, I went with Koopa in the run. Despite this, I still struggled. I ended up losing on Donut Plains 3 times. Then to add insult to injury, Rainbow Road did this to me.
Oh my gosh, this was like the last frame, dude!
Fortunately, we made it through with the next attempt, mostly because Mario's bad. And now we move on to Mario Kart 64. MK64 goes much better than SMK. I struggle a bit with Wario Stadium and DK Jungle Parkway skips, but still get it. The skip I struggled on too much was Royal Raceway, and the skip nearly cost me the race.
No, it's very easy.
Oh, that is not good!
The banana did cost me the race. Other than that blunder, 64 goes pretty well. So we move on to Super Circuit. Super Circuit didn't really have anything to note. The game was overall really nice to me, except for the end where I lost on SNES Rainbow Road again. Going into Double Dash, we were finally free from redoing tracks. There honestly wasn't too much to talk about with this game or Mario Kart DS. I guess I could talk about how I severely underestimated just how little downtime I would have in this run. I don't know why I thought I had some downtime to eat or use the bathroom, but I didn't. Anytime I got up, I was losing time. I didn't eat throughout the whole run, but I took 3 bathroom breaks. I promise there's a reason I'm bringing this up. Mario Kart Wii wasn't bad at all. It was actually kind of enjoyable with the strategic items. I got the Coconut Mall and Gribble Volcano skips, and I attempted the cut for Wario Gold Mine, but I couldn't get it. And this is how I learned that once the 11th place crosses the finish line, the race ends, so that saved me a bit of time. Now it's Mario Kart 7 time, and remember how I said I wouldn't use an emulator for this? Yeah, I promised I would use an emulator if I could. The rules for the all Mario Kart game speedruns follows the rules of each individual speed game. Mario Kart 7 has a ban on emulators, so I'm stuck with recording with my webcam. The game itself went okay. The items in it are pretty brutal. It's one of the few Mario Karts with no versus mode for whatever reason, so you can't toggle items on or off. After all that remained Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and can I just mention how long this game is? MK takes up more than a quarter of the run. Anyway, the game itself feels so free. After the constant barrages of shells, lightnings, and bananas, not having to deal with that and just being able to blaze through the tracks on 200cc feels so nice. I can finally relax a little on this run. And yeah, after 3 more hours, I finished the run with a time of 10 hours, 37 minutes, and 1 second. I did it. I finally achieved my dream. It wasn't the cleanest run, but I'm happy with how I did. So, I guess this is the end of my journey. Right? Oh, it's on! Not even 2 months later, my record was broken by over 20 minutes by runner Glogakawa. Sorry if I butcher that. I would have to pull out all the stops to take it back. Because my next run wasn't a race, I decided to change the order of the games. I would go Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart Wii, Super Circuit, 64, DS, Double Dash, 7, then 8. Long story short, Super Mario Kart is hard, so it's best to get out of the way first. Wii and 64 have skips that if I screw up are run enders. Super Circuit is there in between because of console swapping. For example, I'm playing SMK and Super Circuit on my Switch. After I'm done with SMK and swap to my Wii for Mario Kart Wii, in the background I'm setting up Super Circuit on my Switch for a faster swap. The rest are just preferences, with 8 being last because it's the longest. I also got an HDMI splitter to quickly change between the consoles. I took some time off, but I was ready to continue and get my record back. May 3rd was my next attempt. Right out of the gate in SMK, I lost on Choco Island 2. Yeah, don't ask how I managed that. I only lost once on Donut Plains 3 and beat Rainbow Road on my first try, so I was already saving time. I nailed the skips in Wii, Super Circuit went great, and in Mario Kart 64 I got the skips fairly easy. Once DK Jungle Parkway happened, I felt safe. The rest of the games were safe from redoing tracks, and at this point, nothing could stop me.
People like don't know.
Are you f***ing shitting me?
I'm back up.
Yeah, I lost on Banshee Boardwalk. Twice. And even worse, I failed the Rainbow Road skip and had to redo that track too. I should also mention that this was a no reset run for my birthday, and I just had to roll with the punches here. I ended up continuing to DS, and it was around this time that I had to use the bathroom, and I didn't want to take a break and lose time. Then I remembered that my bathroom is right next to my room, and I did probably the most Wii U thing ever. Yeah, I played and pissed. And then I didn't wash my hands, all in the name of speedrunning. Can we please allow pause breaks in this run? Being disgusting aside, DS, Double Dash, and 7 were uneventful. At the start of 8, I had to pee again, and I got a brilliant idea. Auto-accelerate and smart steering truly are a blessing in disguise. At least I got to wash my hands this time. In the end, I only managed to PB by a few minutes, a final time of 10:32.55. I was disappointed to say the least. I mean, look at that graph! The loss of time there would be a lame roller coaster. Well, unless you're moving from right to left. Anyway, I knew I'd be back. I went to bed that night tired and disappointed. But the next morning, I remembered. Wait, I'm goated. The very next day, I woke up, got more snacks, and started again. I wasn't as dedicated this time because I was pretty burnt out from the previous day. I decided to reset a few times on SMK just to see if I could get a decent attempt, and I ended up getting one where I only lost once on Mario Circuit 3. We went well with me nailing the skips as usual, and Super Circuit also went pretty great. I feel like I'm unfortunately cursed on MK64. I lost a minute on the DK Jungle Parkway skip, and then I lost on Banshee Boardwalk again.
No, this game's just out to get me. This game's just out to get me. What was that? Did I get stomped on by a bat?
It was only once this time though, and I beat Rainbow Road on my first go. Going into DS, I was saving just over 13 minutes. I still had to save a whole 2 minutes on the rest of the run in order to get world record. With no major skips and my Wii U gamepad dropping inputs on DS, I was feeling discouraged to continue. I kept pushing on though, because I'm goated. And I'm not just saying that I'm goated to be silly. My friends kept that mentality in my head from the previous day, and it's what pushed me to keep going on in this run. Through DS and Double Dash, I managed to save a minute. I also did the gamepad P strat again. You're allowed to judge me for it, I deserve it. I didn't think it would be enough, and I was even more ready to give up. Even worse, Mario Kart 7 didn't go well, and I lost 30 seconds on that run. I had to save over a minute and a half in Mario Kart 8 to get world record. I was not feeling the run after 7, but I kept remembering that I'm goated. Right now you're watching the world record run and my run side by side to see the comparison. I immediately saved 20 seconds because I didn't take that P break with auto accelerate. In that moment, I hoped to save more time, but the auto accelerate strats were actually pretty good. Little by little, I kept saving more and more time in the run until I was on pace for world record. It took the entire first half of Mario Kart 8 to get there, and I finally had some confidence in myself to keep the run alive. And after all that time, I finally managed to secure world record with a time of 10:16.44. Only 40 seconds off the previous world record. I'm in editing now, and I say only 40 seconds like it's nothing, but a 10-hour speedrun where we're both on the exact same track at the very end is really insane to me. I just need to put that out there. After reclaiming the record, I finally went to the bathroom. Yeah, I was holding that one in for a while. And I didn't even realize till editing this, that if I didn't use the Wii U gamepad to play the game while I used the bathroom, I probably wouldn't have gotten world record. So the lesson in the end is to always skip washing your hands. So here was where I originally had written the outro. I was gonna say it's been 4 months since the last run and nothing has happened since. But that changed on September 6th when Glonkawa took the world record back with time of 10:02:24. A whole 14 minutes better than my time. I gotta give my congratulations to him. It looks like the journey continues. I still have a ways to go in learning all the aspects of Mario Kart speedrunning. From getting better at 7 to learning some new skips.
Oh! Let's go.
But I'm proud of where my journey has taken me so far. I've gotten to participate in different tournaments and meet so many new people from getting to Mario Kart. So I'm excited to see where Mario Kart takes me. And I'm ready to beat every game in under 10 hours. The race is on. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to watch the Mario Kart journey continue, you could follow my Twitch, where I mainly speedrun Mario Kart games and play some casual games on the side. If you really enjoyed the video, consider liking it. I've worked pretty hard on this. It's my first time editing a video essay like this, and I really enjoyed it. And if you want to keep watching Mario Kart content, then consider subscribing. I hope to continue sharing my love and passion for the Mario Kart series with everyone. Again, thank you all for watching, and you all have a good one. Peace. I think I should go back to sleep.